Over the years, Rust became an absolute juggernaut for gaming. Tens of thousands of players are playing it every single day. But to be fair, for the most people who have never played it, it's kinda difficult to understand why people actually love it and enjoy it. For more than 10 years, game has been growing constantly, and by year 2024, game has become an absolute juggernaut. But why is that? Only the ones who play this game will truly understand. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you exactly that. 10 reasons why I should play Rust in 2024 and beyond. And reason number one is a constant updates and a very active development. One of the key reasons why Rust remains relevant is its ongoing support and frequent updates. Facepoint Studios has consistently rolled out the new content, bug fixes and performance improvements over the years. And players often highlight how the game's developers are committed to evolving the gameplay. Every few months, game feels refreshed with the new features, mechanics, and it keeps people coming back over and over again. And that is one of the reasons why people have actually thousands upon thousands hours of gameplay. Because every time devs update something, people just keep returning no matter how long they have left the game, and that is absolutely beautiful and how all of the game should be doing. And reason number two is challenging and rewarding gameplay. Rust is unforgiving, and that's exactly why players love it. The game thrusts players into a hostile environment with nothing but rock and a torch, forcing them to gather resources, build shelter, and defend themselves against other players and the environment. Many players praise this steep learning curve, noting how victory in this game it feels incredibly rewarding, because Rust isn't for the faint-hearted. But if you put in your effort, the thrill of finally building the fortified base and holding off the raid is nothing else. And this thrilling and challenging gameplay keeps people returning for more and more, because if you compare this to something, playing this game feels like a constant battle royale where each victory feels like a victory royale, and that is absolutely beautiful. But it will actually take quite a lot of effort to get to that level, but it is absolutely worth it. And it is worth it because of the reason number three, and just thriving community and a player interactions. Though it can be brutal, Rust is also a social experience. Game's player interactions, from trade to treachery, create memorable moments that few other games can offer. The unpredictability of these interactions, whether forming alliances or betraying friends, makes every session unique. You never know what will happen when you run into another player. Will you become allies, or they will try to kill you on sight? It's this tension that makes Rife most immersive. And this feeling is one of the core pillars why people keep returning and keep playing Rust. Because yeah, there is really nothing else that can do this as well as Rust can. But if you're not into that, reason number four is diverse gameplay styles. Whether you prefer solo play, joining a clan, or focusing on building, Rust offers the variety of play styles. Players often mention how game caters to different types of players. Those who enjoy the PvP chaos can jump into massive battles, while others can focus on resource gathering and base building. And even if you're not a huge PvP player, you will love crafting and base building aspects of Rust. You can play for hours perfecting your little fortress. And yeah, even though you will kinda miss a big part of the game by not focusing on PvP, even without PvP, with all of its gameplay elements, with all its variety, with all the different crafting recipes and all the progression, this game is still an amazing experience that everyone should have. And that experience is also very beautiful. And speak of the beautiful, reason number five is actually stunning visual and environmental design. Over the years, Rust has received significant graphical updates, making it visually stunning in 2024. The landscapes are vast, varied, and beautifully crafted, ranging from dense forests to snowy mountains. Players frequently praise game's aesthetic, because even after all these years, you will be amazed by how beautiful the world of Rust is. The sunsets, the lightning, it's all experienced by itself. Yes, you will need a bit powerful PC to enjoy it all, but trust me, it is absolutely worth it if you will. And actually, speaking of lightnings and a sunset, reason number six is dynamic weather and procedurally generated worlds. Each Rust server generates a unique world with procedurally generated maps and the dynamic weather conditions, keeping the exploration fresh and challenging. Players love the unpredictability that these systems bring, and it is noteworthy that it adds another layer of immersion. You will never know what's around next corner, and the changing weather makes planning and survival that much more intense. And of course ties with the challenging and rewarding gameplay. And because every time you return to the game will be different, it also adds another layer to those PvP combats. Speaking of it, the reason number seven is actually tense PvP combat. PvP in Rust is ruthless, and for many players it's a primary draw of the game. With a wide array of weapons, tactics, and strategies, Rust offers intense and unpredictable combat scenarios. Many players point out the exhilaration of ambushing other players or successfully defending the base against a raid. The adrenaline rush of getting into firefight in Rust is unmatched. Every bullet counts, counts and every mistake can cost you everything. If you don't believe me, just watch some gameplay videos of the PvP of Rust. It is absolutely brutal and absolutely insanely amazing. But players don't often need to fight in the game, and that's where reason number 8 comes. It's player-driven economy and raiding. And player-driven economy is another standout feature of Rust. Trading, bartering, and raiding all contribute to constantly evolving in-game economy. Players often highlight how satisfying it is to gather rare resources, trade them, or use them to fortify your base. Raiding is one of the most exhilarating parts of the game, and nothing's quite like breaking into base after hours of planning and finding a huge stockpile of resources. Unless you are on the receiving side of the raid, then it's absolutely awful because you will lose hours and hours of grind just because they did not take into account that someone will actually try to break into base and will do it successfully. And if you actually don't like how the world of Rust actually looks, reason number 9 is ever expanding modding scene. In 2024, Rust modding scene continues to grow, allowing players to create and experience custom servers with unique rule sets, maps, and gameplay tweaks. This modded service range from PvE focused worlds to highly competitive environments. The modding community keeps Rust fresh. You can play on a service with custom rules that completely change how the game feels, and it's a great way to mix things up. Plus, modders constantly create different items that with a popular vote actually can be added into the base game. Usually those items are cosmetic, but they're absolutely beautiful and amazing. And speaking of beautiful and amazing, reason number 10 is memorable social experiences. Despite this hostile environment, Rust has a unique way of fostering unforgettable social experiences. Players are full with stories of betrayal, friendship, and unexpected alliances. Meeting someone in Rust who you initially thought would kill you on sight, but will end up teaming up and playing together for weeks with you. It's this kinds of stories that makes Rust special. In conclusion, Rust in 2024 remains one of the most immersive and intense multiplayer experiences on the market right now. With its constant updates, deep player interactions, dynamic gameplay, and a strong community, it continues to deliver unmatched survival experience. As echoed by countless players, Rust is not just a game. It's an unforgettable journey filled with tension, teamwork, and thrill of survival. And if you haven't already, now it's the time to jump in the world of Rust. And this video is sponsored by this channel's brand new sponsor, Instant Gaming. If you want to get best games for the cheapest prices, no matter it's on a PC, PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo consoles, and you don't want to wait for any sales, Instant Gaming is the way to go. And I also partnered with Instant Gaming for epic giveaway of any game of your choice in the description down below. So click the link in the description to take part in there. And also every purchase that you make on Instant Gaming through my link will help the channel as well. So click the link in the description to get the best games for the best prices. Now back to the video. And by the way, besides of all the things I told you right now, if you want to know how and why Rust is still alive more than 10 years later, you can watch my video about this right here. And if you like Rust, you probably like survival games, and you can watch my list of 27 plus a bit more list of best survival games right here as well. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe right here as well. This is me for today, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Take care.